And we all just are like, well, that's what AI does. Like, we don't understand like the computing that's going on behind the scenes. Like at some point it was zeros and ones and a bunch of people like wrote a programming language. And now 50 years later, we have like, you can type in, I'm so anti Chat GPT, but I used it the other day because I was searching for templates for something online. And I was like, I'm going to go into Chat GPT and just type the most specific and ridiculous string and see if it spits me out something useful. And it did. It saved me so much time.
Yeah.
And it actually was something I was doing for this show. And it was just, it's fascinating to me. And I don't think that's the type of thing that takes so much computing power. All it's doing is grabbing things from over. It's not graphics or music. Or
no,
something.
That's the language model.
Yeah.
So you know that you can download LLMs that don't require you to feed in like personal information. You can download them and then use them offline.
It's just a database of information captured at that point in time, right? Yeah.
Right. So like the idea that to use AI, you got to use Claude, you got to use Chat GPT is ridiculous. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably safer in the long run to use something that is offline. So I'm going to look into, I actually sent you a link. Rick Beato was talking about it, like, for help in the studio and not creating AI music.
Right.
But stuff for you were saying like templates or some stuff like that. And you don't have to feed in your personal information, because if you ever notice, if you use Claude or Chat,
they want
be like, hey, Jesse,
Google.
After a while, it'll like, it knows your shit.
Well, Chat GPT will let you ask a question. They're like, if you want like the answers to this and more, just log in with Google.
Or just upgrade to our Pro model.
Which I'm not paying for the Pro, but I logged in with Google because that was the only way to get to the next screen. And what the hell do I care? It now knows my name. It already knows. It knows.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 to 3 to 5 years. But here we are.
Here we are.
Standing on the precipice.
Yeah.
It's either going to be great or lights out.
Decline of Western civilization.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think of it as, this dystopian future where the computers run the world and they become like smart enough that they actually kind of take over.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that's something way down the road. I doubt it. The aliens will come out from the bottom of the ocean first to prevent that from happening. But
probably.
I do think we're at the cusp of seeing it replacing certain jobs, and, and not like where you need to bring in some sort of like high profile computer programmer.
Need to draw up some legal documents.
Exactly.
That you normally have to pay like $7.50 an hour for.
That's the thing. Like very simple contracts.
That's a big one.
The current environment on social media is like literally the death of the expert. And if there's attorneys out there listening, they hear us saying that and they're cringing because it's like Chat GPT is only going to do something at the very basic, simple level, and it's probably going to miss something that you might need a real attorney for. Which right now, but being an accountant and a CPA, I actually am an expert in something. And when you type certain things into ChatGPT, something where I would actually know the answer to, like if what it spits out could be potentially wrong, it's not always right. It's not always dead wrong. Like it's not giving you like directly wrong answers, but what it's doing, the problem with tax law specifically, is you get all these like know-it-alls on message boards, like on Reddit, where it's like, oh, my cousin owns this business. And he wrote off his, he bought a Air Jordan collection and wrote it off in the business. It's totally legal. You can do it. It's like, well, like you can write off anything you want. It doesn't mean that it's legal. Like if you get caught writing off something the wrong way, you're going to pay the tax and penalties and interest. But there's so many people out there saying, my best friend did this and, wrote off all these things. It's like, he might have done that. It doesn't mean it was within the law.
Doesn't mean he's not going to get audited.
Right. And if you get audited and you do something that's not within the law, then you pay penalties and interest on top of the tax that you saved yourself. And so it's scrubbing those types of things, because that's it. an engine like ChatGPT, all it's doing is like going out to the internet and accumulating all the knowledge on everything, and it continues to grow. And eventually, it'll get smart and it'll know. I'm not going to listen to Joe Schmo from Idaho about his cousin's
That's a good one.
tax. Yeah.
Joe Schmo from Idaho.
You know, his cousin's tax saving scheme, because I recognize that that's bullshit. That guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But it takes a while to get to that point. And so now we're dealing with, like, you know, it's again, like anything in this country, it's, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There's like a dumbing down
Yeah.
at first.
You know, well, the dumbing down began a long time ago. Like, I always told you, like, I vacillate somewhere between like borderline genius and like, I can't say it. And it's true. But the one thing that AI has on me is that it doesn't forget.
Right.
Like, humans forget shit. And AI,
I
that's
will
the
admit
one
that that is
thing.
a flaw of mine.
Well, you have a great memory, but
Not
you
as
don't
good
have
as it
a
used to be.
perfect
Not as good as it
memory.
used to be, right.
And
Yeah.
AI's memory,
Yeah.
right or wrong, is perfect.
It
It doesn't forget
It
shit.
beats me 100% of the time.
Yeah.
In memory contests.
Yeah, 60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.